Hello friends, welcome back to Crafting and Relaxing. I'm still working on some UFOs on my desk. I had this Lily of the Valley, I think that's what it is, right? That was stamped and colored with Copics, which is a kind of marker. And I don't have any Copics. They make really soft colors and give you a lot of options for blending. Many of my other markers probably wouldn't go very well if I tried to color the background with them right now and line up with this. I just wanted a little bit of soft color in the edges, and it probably doesn't show really well in the video, but I took an old Stampin' Up! Watercolor pencil just to add a little interest, just kind of scribbled on some blue here and there, and I've got some water on my mat. So just a hint of color, and it'll pick it up more when I put the glitter on the flowers. Also, I don't think this is watercolor paper or anything, so I want to be careful that I don't damage the paper. This is a pretty understated design, and I thought it would be nice with two different greens, maybe, to pop that out. And then I have a little adorable stamp here from this set that says, "Live the Life You Have Dreamed" by Henry David Thoreau. And I haven't actually used them, so today's the day. And this is cut in a pretty interesting shape, but I'm just going to use it square. I think I'm going to try the small Tim Holtz cutter because I do like it. And I have some scraps of this paper that I want to use up. Doesn't look like I have any of this nearly neon, is probably what it should be called, green right here. In fact, I don't want a whole lot of it to show. So the way I do this is this is an old habit, I take this piece of paper and I'm going to put it all the way in the corner, and then I'm going to take the whole thing and put it in my cutter and line it up. Can you see? Let me get in the frame a little bit more. And I'm just going to leave a small border on the left side. I don't know if it's a quarter, I don't know if it's an eighth, but it seemed all right. And then let's see how it worked. There we go. Since this green is so bright, I want it to be a very, very small border. It's a little, this is almost a neon, but I want two-tone, so I'm going to try it. Okay. There we go. Now on the next one, I'm going to go slightly larger because it is a more subdued color. And I'm going to see if I want the darker. I don't want the darkest green because it's a very yellowy green project. So here, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to do about 1/4 of an inch and cut it and call it good. And then I'm going to look at it and say, yeah, that was way less than 1/4 of an inch. That's okay. And I'll take this one. So this is my very scientific cutting method. If you want perfect cuts, that's fine. Measure everything, it'll turn out great. Or just do it like this. I did mess up my paper a little bit, probably a little too much rubbing with the paintbrush, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to take this big runner, and you can see it bled through. That's what Copics do, so that's fine. They are lovely to color with. They are not inexpensive. So you would want to be sure that you're going to want to color with them. And I do like to color, but I think I'm a colored pencil person. I'm very happy with the colored pencils, the Prismacolors that We can use the word borrowed, but I think we all know they're not going back. She seems okay with it too, from my sister. So she has the big fancy set, and I have the moderately fancy set. She wouldn't let me out with the big one. So I'm just gonna lay this down here, and what I'm trying to do is just, again, accent the greens that are already in it. Now, I'm going to put, okay, I have some stickles, which I think will be lovely on the flowers. Stickles needs to be the very last thing you do when you're putting it on something, or you need to put it on and then set it aside. I can see right here I missed a little glue, and I have this tiny little detail glue pen. I'm just gonna pop it right in there. I don't like it when things are floppy. There we go. Because I don't want to put my stickles on yet, let's find a card base and then figure out, are we going to do some glitter? Are we going to do some washi tape? You know, maybe we could use some floral paper, something to kind of, or some patterned paper, something to kind of jazz it up, because if we put it together just like that, it's going to be a little boring. Whew, that's a whole lot of green. It's like St. Patty's Day right there. I'm just digging through the stuff that I have out. Oh, so this is all yellow and blue. There's nothing green in there. So let's see if we have something in here. Another authentique. Ooh, this one's not open. Let's put this in the let's play with that soon pile. This one's very masculine. Probably not the one. These are cute, but that might be kind of fun. Oh, that's kind of nice, just to give it some texture. And then I could round the corners. That might be an option. That's cute. Not with that, though. That is too gold. So I'm just flipping, and it's kind of nice. Whoa, that is not a good yellow for that. Oh. I don't know if it shows on the camera, but this is very blue. That would be a fun idea if it wasn't. And this one doesn't have any green. I don't have a lot of green and yellow. It's not really a color palette that I work in a lot. But I think it is good to branch out. This is, you can tell, this is before I started watching the Christy Marcotte videos. This is what happens to a paper pad in my house in the old days. I take a couple things out of it. Oh, that's gorgeous, but it's not the right color. Oh, this would be fun. Okay, let's do this. So it brings in a little gray, brings in some metal and some texture. This one is just too brown. It's not as clean gray as I thought. So you can see those together. Yeah, let's go with this. And what I'll do is I'll just use, I'll give us maybe an 1/8 inch border. We'll think about that for a minute. So you can see how I just go through my paper packs. I also could have gone through my printed scrap bin, but quite frankly, there's not, well, we can take a peek. So I showed you my solid scraps in a recent video. This is my patterned scraps, and so you see that I do keep them separate. I don't have nearly as many patterned, and I try to keep the collections together. So this is, okay, so this was what was left of a 6x6 paper pad. It looks like when I had given up on it. This is from an album and cards I made. This is the Flora paper pack. The greens in there will not go. I do try and keep them together a little bit. For the most part, I don't know why there's a piece of black paper in here. I don't have a lot of patterned paper that is reasonably trendy. it's just kind of random stuff that's left in here. Really old projects. These I love. I just made a bunch of cards with those recently. So that's why I didn't think there would be anything in there. I thought the best place to look would be in the 6x6s. I do have a stash of scraps. Okay, let's cut this. I think I'll go with a 1/4 inch border. So what I like to do is make the smallest cut into this piece of paper that I can. And since I'm going to go, I want my piece of paper to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut the 4 off at the bottom of this. And then I still have a full length strip for another card or something else. And then 5 1/4. And then again, I have an accent piece the width of a card. So I can put this, and if I wanted to, I could go a little smaller and I could mat this again with green. Oh, maybe we should do that. No, I think that's plenty of green. That's a lot of green for me. I'm good. Okay. Now, let's see. I think I kind of messed up the paper right here, and I want this to be accented a little more. I'm telling you, this room is great because I can get to everything quick. This is a bag of circle punches that my friend and I have been passing back and forth. And I want to see, I think this one will be a good size. So what we'll do is, let's think about colors. White would be pretty boring. This one might be too much. Oh, this is a little bit textured on the other side. That's fun. I think I am just going to go white because remember, we're working on UFOs. So we're trying to get some things done here. I'm going to stamp it while we're doing it on 2 different things just so I can see how it looks. And I keep my scraps of white. I'll probably keep those, the ones that I would stamp my sentiments on and that kind of thing, in a basket on my desk. I won't even bother putting them in a jacket like I showed you in that other video. This one's a great example. It's got a little bit of glue right here, but this will be perfectly good for our needs. We do not need that much. And again, you could use your stamp platform, but you can also just take a cute, tiny, cute little guy like this. This is just a clear acrylic block, dollar store, Michael's, Joanne, anywhere. You can also just, I mean, literally, you don't have to go buy a block to stick it to. If you have something in your house, you could just stick them on to something maybe. These are nice because they don't have any sharp edges. They're made to hang on to, and you can see through them. That's the idea, right? Okay, now, if I want to punch this, here, common sense. I think it's this one. I don't know exactly where it's going to punch, so I need to take a look at it for a minute. Okay, you can punch the circle and then stamp on it. It's going to be hard to hang on to. I find that I am much happier if I get an idea of where I can punch, and then you see how I get the option to perfectly center that. I could go up or down if I wanted. And then we can put it right here, right here. It has some, the edge is a little bit dented up. And I'm going to stamp it on green, just so I could look and see. And if we were doing a live or something, you could tell me, but sorry, you do not get to vote. With these little tiny blocks and small stamps, you want to be really careful that you don't rock it, because then you'll get kind of a messed up image and maybe ink around the edges too. Okay, the punch did not, I think that's a brand new punch too. It didn't give it a perfectly clean edge. so that's kind of bothering me. And I think I held the punch the same way both times. I did. So it's in the same spot. The upper right-hand corner. Okay. I could put this right here. Okay, I like the green. Yeah, the white is too boring. I like the green. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to glue the green onto here just because they're the exact same size. It's ready to go. That's an example of, I also could, actually I might, what I'm trying to do is I want to pop that up and I don't want it to be sloppy. So I have a stash down here. Okay, things you might call trash. Things your significant other would definitely call trash. Cereal boxes. This is the package to a Sharpie pen. Anything that you have, you can layer up. If you punch this out, this is super thin. Remember, this is like the $2 package of paper from Michael's. It's very thin. So if I take it and I glue it onto this Sharpie thing, I'm going to flip this over so that I make sure that red doesn't show. If I don't line it up right, that'll be a problem. And then I can pop it up with foam mount. I can also ink the edges just to kind of be sure it ties it all together. I'll show you in a minute. You can't take something super, super flimsy and pop it up with pop dots, foam mount, whatever you call it. Either way, same thing. Okay, so I just grab my fingers around the edge. I use the same punch. It lines up beautifully. Okay, now I'm going to take this black ink pad and I'm just going to roll it along there just to add a little interest. Layer it nicely. You don't have to ink your edges. It's totally a preference thing on what you want to do. And the way you do it is very different. Sometimes you'll see me use a marker. Sometimes you'll see me use a little ink pad. The trick is don't get it on other stuff. Now, I inked that. I'm also going to ink the very, very edge of this outside green just to help tie it together. And this is the kind of thing that on Instagram or when you take pictures, it just doesn't show, but it really just kind of ties things together and adds another bit of dimension. Helps things pop a little. Just be careful because depending on which ink you use, it might be a little damp. Now, I have this. I'm going to pop this up. I also think this would be a good time for some glitter or some silver. Oh, my favorite Queen & Company washi tape. Okay, so there's a couple different things I have here. I have some Dazzling Diamonds glitter. And I have some silver, sparkly, amazing washi tape. I don't know which one I'm going to like better. I think this glitter would probably match this better. And what I was thinking was if I wanted, I could put a stripe right across here. I have this very narrow double-sided tape and I can put it down on the page and then stick glitter to it. I don't love working with loose glitter, which is why this is still in the bottle after like 15 years. I like it for holiday cards and snow. Oh yeah, it's good for snow. Okay, I think I'm going to put this down right here. I'm going to pop this up and then I'm going to put stickles on all of the flowers. So I'll show you. Let's just put it together. We're supposed to be finishing up UFOs. The idea is when I make stuff, lots of times I make two or I start something or you know, you get interrupted. Sometimes you have to go to work. All kinds of things happen. So you don't always finish everything. Or sometimes you start a project and it just doesn't speak to you. This tape gun is okay, but I don't know that you should run out and buy one. Okay. think there, and then right here. And let's get some foam mount, these nice big ones so I don't have to deal with little tiny ones. Here we go, we'll use these up. And you can get this stuff anywhere. If you're a card maker, so if you're a scrapbooker and you're trying to be like acid free and super careful and you might be more careful about your products. If you're a card maker, it does not matter. I mean, you don't expect that person to save that card for their entire life, do you? Well, they might, but that's up to them. So, I mean, don't overthink is your product acid free and is it archival quality, and just get something that you like and make a card with it. Or chop up something in your house. I'm not good at remembering to send birthday cards, so I don't do a lot of birthday cards. But I really like cards that are inspiring or encouraging. Stickles is just glitter glue, essentially. And I'm going to put these on all of them. The trick to the stickles, especially if you're going to put it on as thick as I am, set this sucker aside when you are done. If I don't put this far enough away, I will lay something on top of it and end up with glitter everywhere because this stuff takes a while to dry. This product has been around for a long time, so you might see like Nuvo drops and a lot of things like that. Stickles has been around for, oh my gosh, I don't even know, but I wouldn't be surprised if this bottle is like 5 or 10 years old. It's one of my tried and true go-tos. I just like it. And do not judge this product by the fact that this sucker is clogged up, right? Because I just told you how old it is. A bottle that you use on a regular basis and isn't ancient doesn't give you any troubles. I went years and years and years and never had to put the pin in the end like I've been doing in this video. And this is the Stickles Diamond. It comes in all sorts of different colors and different tones of glitter, kind of different sizes. I love the diamond. I find that it matches a lot of stuff. It is great for snow. You can do spring flowers with it and snow. It's, I think, my absolute favorite, which is why I ended up with 2 bottles of it. But to be fair, I haven't tried a lot of the other colors, maybe only 1 or 2. It's one of those things that I don't buy all the colors. It does have various clear ones and different glitter in them. They might have one that's more gold than this. This one's a little bit iridescent and blue-green. You see that? And they do have like gold ones and different things like that. There you go. There's a good shot of it. But I just like this one and I stick with it. This product also comes, like so many other things, in many, many colors. Like there's a blue one. I know it's shocking I don't have that one. I just find that I like to buy the clear of things and then I will use it. I don't have a need for royal blue stickles very often. This card is a great example. I hope it comes through in the video of, it's a very, color-wise, it's a very simple card. I think I maybe should have gone with a little bit lower pop dots. I'm not sure if you can tell that, but it's a little higher than I might have liked. Depends on how the dimension is on these when I keep missing a flower. But just adding glitter to everything is a really, really nice touch on things. Now, typically I would take maybe my clear star pen and go in on some things. This paper has a metallic sheen to it and it already sparkles, and the clear star pen probably won't write on that foil paper. So I'm probably going to leave this one exactly as it is. Thank you so much for watching and helping me with my UFOs. I hope you enjoyed this card. The stamp set was from Technique Tuesday, and the this flower right here is a Northwoods stamp. I can't remember what set it's in, but the brand is Northwoods Rubber Stamps. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and have a great day.